Hey everybody, my name's Chuck, and today I'm going to be exploring the Northwoods Trail System in Hot Springs, Arkansas. Northwoods Trail System is kind of a hidden gem in Hot Springs. Originally it wasn't even open to the public because it wasn't a thing. This is actually where 3 reservoirs were made a long time ago for the sake of giving Hot Springs cheap and reasonable drinking water. And when I say a long time ago, I mean like 100 to 150 years ago, depending on which lake we're talking about. And it's pretty interesting. There's a lot of old stuff to see, and then you have all the mountain bike trails kind of interspersed between all of these different scenic things you can see. It's a great way to interface with nature and to utilize some land that was otherwise just sitting dormant, and it's going to be fun to explore today. Here's the first thing you notice as you come in. This is the waterworks plant, water treatment plant, and it's responsible for helping do safe drinking water for Hot Springs. There are 3 lakes here and a lake even further north called Rick's Lake that provide the drinking water for this part of Hot Springs. Lake Hamilton also provides some of the drinking water, but I'm not gonna lie, this is probably gonna be a long one today. There's the 3 reservoirs that I'd like to go see and the old dams that are associated with it. And I'm not an extremely good mountain biker, but I do enjoy it. And then maybe I'd like to go over to Cedar Glades Park. Keep in mind that there's just a ton of trails here at Northwood. It's like 30 miles total, and trails have been made through the woods north of Hot Springs. Here we have a look at the map for the trails in the area, but they're really good about making sure that you know which are the harder trails and the easier trails. Kind of honoring the waterworks heritage, we have a spigot and a stone fixture over here, and that's actually pretty cool to see. There's a tree down in front of it right now. There's a little stone monument to the director of the water company in 1881, Horatio D. Wood. Ooh, and off in the distance we have the dam for Lake Dillon, I believe. When the water's really up, you can actually see it pouring over the dam. We'll take a walk up there and look at it. I don't know if you can see that out there, but it must be some sort of like regulator for the water levels. Oh, look at that big old pipe. You almost don't notice it. Man, that thing is surprisingly large. See the concrete foundation poured, and then where they use natural stones to make it. You can see water kind of seeping down through all of it. Now, for fear of murdering myself, I'm not going to go traipsing along the bottom of it, but I will go to the top and we'll see what's up there. There it is, Lake Dillon. That is way down there. Oh, that's got to be like 60 feet high, 70 feet high. Boy, but the breeze off of this feels nice. So as I said it before in this video, this is Lake Dillon. Lake Dillon was actually built around 1900, and it was the second of the 3 lakes built around this area. Obviously this is just a huge dam. It's pretty interesting to be standing on top of it, but man, it's just absolutely gorgeous up here. It's hard to believe that for such a long time we didn't get to see this, because obviously you didn't want people like swimming or fishing in your reservoirs for your drinking water. Nowadays, some of the water supply has been taken over by Rick's Lake, which is further north, And then some of it's also been taken over by Lake Hamilton. So maybe they don't feel quite as bad about having this place open to the public. But I'm still not supposed to be here. There's like a fence keeping me from walking up here. But I'm not that kind of guy. I'm adventurous for you. Got like a little setup to let water out maybe over there. I'm assuming that this is also part of it. Ah! Ah! I don't know if you can see if there's a turtle on that stick. What are you doing, turtle? And here we've managed to come up to the next dam, and by next I really mean first. I think this was chronologically the first dam made. Now the dam we have behind me is for Lake Bethel. Lake Bethel was made in the late 1800s. It was the first of the 3 dams that was made in order to make lakes, reservoirs for hot springs. Again, it's just so cool to see all these big rocks and to see the waterfall behind me. At one point I'm sure that they had a control in order to control when the water would flow, but you know, at this point that this just it's so old. I mean, they haven't really done anything to maintain it like that, I guess, but still serving its purpose after 140 years. I do love the idea of having these service roads kind of intersect with the various trails that they have. It allows you to get in and out and take care of people during an emergency. Because trust me, if anybody's going to fall down, it's probably going to be me, and I'm probably going to need to be airlifted out, but there's no way to get a helicopter, so I'll have to drive a car back here and rescue my dumb knee broken ass. Nobody really tells you the challenge of actual one-handed mountain biking, where there are like rocks in the road and there are real life stakes to, you know, falling and killing yourself. But I'm still doing it. I'm not the brightest. But I also have a head mount that I'm going to try to use in a little bit. And we got a bridge. Woo! Also, nothing really highlights how out of shape you are if you try to climb a hill on a mountain bike. And I don't mean like a paved hill. I mean like one with rocks and stuff where it's spinning out constantly. But that's why we do it. So we love challenging ourselves. Here we are at the intersection. You can see where the road used to go off, but that obviously hasn't been maintained in a long time. But this right here is where the road's going to go up to Sanderson Lake. So I knew today that I would be riding mountain bike trails, and I knew that I'd have to not use the selfie stick. So I've got it on. We're going to use it to climb up this climb, and then we're going to look at Sanderson Lake. Ooh boy. Here we go. Breaking a sweat. Whoa. It's kind of an epic climb to get here. I think I heard a fish. Again, the wind is blowing and it's just an absolutely gorgeous view. They must have been really scared of the dams breaking or these overflowing, because they've got more than one spillway. This is the other spillway that's a little bit further north. I've ran in here and I've hiked in here and I've biked in here. And it doesn't matter what you're doing. These are all very peaceful, serene woods. It's an excellent experience for somebody that likes to get outside. So obviously I'm here at Lake Sanderson. Lake Sanderson is the uppermost stream lake, and it's the newest lake. I want to say that the dam was built in something like 1925 or 26. And obviously I'm standing on the dam because, in a really good decision in my opinion, they made a bridge across the dam to act as part of the trail system. Down below me I could see an old pump house, and I think I'm going to try to explore that. But just overall, I'm really just enjoying the ambiance. While it may be 87, 88 degrees, it feels like it's about 75 here. So you can see what is like either a flood control or a pump house or something down there. I'm going to try to get to it. Okay. You can kind of tell based on the construction of this dam, the fact that it's all concrete. It's a little bit newer than the other two. The other ones are made of rocks that were mortared in, but this pure concrete. Some sort of grate there for servicing something, I'm not sure. Take a look inside and see what's going on. Make sure there aren't any snakes or anything. Ooh. Well, it looks like it's been shot through about 1,000,000 times. And then you can see some sort of foundation, some sort of like cement foundation for something over there in the water. Obviously this is a little obsolete, otherwise they wouldn't have just let it go, but you can tell where people messed around. They've shot the metal guarding the windows. The roof is gone. It's a remnant to history for sure, but it's amazing that this dam is still holding like the other two. It's a testament to how well they were built. You see some sort of message was painted on the side of the dam here. I'm sure it was about not fishing in it or not swimming or something like that. Okay, now let's do the sketchy downhill stuff that I'm afraid of. Okay. Here we have beautiful Lake Dillon. No fear, Chuck. No fear. You just dive into it. Better to go fast than slow. Ride your brakes. Oh, a little bit of a rock garden. Oh boy. Yay! Got another bridge. Woo! I survived some real mountain biking, kinda. So if you look at the map, we went all the way from here, all the way up here, bing, bang, boom, pow, and we went this way. The dewdropper, so I did this. Here I am. You know, I could sit here and ride trails all day, but still want to try to look at Cedar Glades. So I think I'm going to start heading that way. Huh. Guess there's some firewood. Well, if it's a deer, hey, it's gone. Another bridge. So I have two options here. I can either ride over through Bearcat Pass, or I can just go ahead and drive over. I'm kind of leaning towards driving over just because I know that after I've done all the stuff I'm going to do over at Cedar Glades, I'm probably going to be fairly tired and ready to go home. So let's drive. And here we have arrived at Cedar Glades Park. Cedar Glades Park has been around since 2006, and it's a multi-use park. It's got a little climbing wall, it's got a kite flying area, it's got an RC airfield, a disc golf course. Obviously the mountain bike trails are around it, and it's got a, I want to say it's like a pump track or like a little trick track for mountain bikes and BMX bikes. And then it's got a little like RC car track. So we'll try to take a look at all that today. Cedar Glades in particular is a park that I'm extremely familiar with. I've played a lot of disc golf in my day. And this right here is one of the premier disc golf courses in Hot Springs. It's difficult. They don't call it Cedar Glades because it's just a flat open field. It has a ton of trees. And if you've ever played disc golf, trees are the enemy. They will cut your distance by a quarter of what it could be if you do not throw straight and true to the line. So for those of you that have never been to Cedar Glades before, this is hole 1. And I want you to try to look at where the basket's at. Can you see it? Maybe, maybe not, but it's about 250 feet away. Now, are you telling me that it's easy to throw that far with all these trees? I will die on the hill saying that disc golf is surprisingly difficult.
Want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?
And down the hill over closer to where you park, we have the amphitheater. It's pretty cool. Then also within pretty close walking distance, they have a big old like playhouse. It's like 2 or 3 stories. And they've got a wooden bridge that leads up to it as well. Gives you a really cool scenic view. And then right over there you can see one of the mountain bike trails. Pretty sure this is maintained by the county. And I really appreciate that they put so much in here for everybody to do. The kids, the adults, the disc golf nerds. Works out really well. There's just so much land here that's open up for these airplanes. But they totally need it. I guess they've got a little concession stand building over here for whenever they're having really big events. And when in doubt, porta potty out. The best way I can describe hearing one of these things whenever you're trying to play disc golf is it sounds like there's somebody with a weed eater running very, very, very quickly through the woods and then jumping in the air and flying away. Because they use these little like 2-stroke motors and they're very, very loud. You'll hear them very distinctly before you see them. And then we've got this runway that looks like it's about 130 yards long. So I guess they need a fair amount to get up and go. They've got it set up really nice here at the park. There's all sorts of mountain bike trails that are kind of like skirting these big fields. So you can kind of dip in and out of them as you please. And just on a day like today, again, when the temperature's fairly mild and the wind's kicking up, boy, it's just absolutely wonderful to be out here. I think next I'm going to try to climb that big hill. Man, look at that view. So at the top of this hill here, we've got a nice big flat area. And they use it for like various events, fly kites here, just whatever. As long as you're respectful, obviously, of the park. Man, it's amazing the view you get from up here. You can see all the mountains, watch the clouds. Then on a day like today, whew, just absolutely incredible. So next we're coming up on a really underutilized feature of Cedar Glades. It's the rock climbing wall that they've made. I think the reason it's underutilized is because in order to actually use it, you kind of need to use the belay system that they have. And it's only available for people that have 10 or more people. And it's only, I think, by reservation that you can climb the thing. I mean, you could climb it if you wanted to, I guess, but you wouldn't have access to the belay system. But it's a damn shame that it isn't set up a little bit better. Rock climbing is one of the things that I wish we could do more in Hot Springs. Kind of wish we had a bouldering gym. There it is. And the entry to it is barred by a lock. They've got these steps that kind of lead down to where the amphitheater and the parking are at. And it's just a great view. Yay! All right, we're coming up to the little mountain bike pump track kind of thing they've got going on over here. We got a lot of features. If you look through here, there's some like little trails that weave through the trees. And over here, they've got a little like bowl pump track kind of thing going on. That it's probably really fun for maybe even BMX bikes to try. And over here we've got like a little bit of a starting off rock garden type deal, but not really. And then you've got this little like wooden track over here. I think I'm gonna get my bike and ride it. What are the chances I'm gonna hurt myself here? Yeah, like 50-50 maybe. See what we got going on over here. Woo! I will show you its features.
Let me show you its features.
I guess the idea is you start up there and you come down here. And I could do that, I guess. I mean, it don't matter to me. You can tell that they've kind of got them bermed up to go very specific ways. Like, obviously you go over this and then you go this way. And you go over this. Then you go back this way. Then you do the tabletop. I don't know that I'm willing to do the jumps today. A little too risk averse. Helmet strongly recommended. Whee! Now we'll do the bowl. Let's see what this is like. Woo! 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 Yeah, that's fun. Woo. 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 Finally, as promised and advertised over here, we have the RC car racetrack. Let's go inside and take a look. Doesn't look like a super technical track, but it's still cool to have this feature here nonetheless. I can't think of any parks that would have something like this, but I guess when you have the real estate, you can put in just about whatever you want to. And I bet that it was also supported by the RC Air Club. I remember being a kid and having one of those like electric ones where it had the big batteries that you had to hook up to a charger, and it took like 4 hours to charge the thing, and then it would run out in 10 minutes. It was fun, but I don't know if it was worth it for the 10 minutes worth of fun that you got. But the one I had in particular, it was like lean over. The steering is that it would lean over and kind of like turn into itself, and it would just sit there and do donuts constantly. It was really cool. And then look at all this room that you have. Like, sometimes I know that like campers come down here, but there's so much room for activities.
So much extra space in our room to do activities.
All right, everybody, I'm running out of energy and water. I think I've explored just about everything that I wanted to today. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Feel free to subscribe to the channel. This is the kind of stuff I'm going to be making my bread and butter on, as it were. Until next time, thanks for watching. Have a good one. Thanks for watching, and if you want to see more videos like this, feel free to subscribe to the channel.